Hi everyone, my name is Jacob from How to Become, and today we're going to be looking at an overview of the critical thinking test. In this video, we're going to take a look at the following areas associated with the critical thinking test. What is critical thinking? What is the critical thinking test? And what type of questions are there? What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is the activity of studying arguments, the ideas that they're made up of, and the logic that binds them together. When partaking in critical thinking, you're concerned with the structure of arguments and whether they follow the conventions of argument. If an argument follows these rules, then it's usually considered to be a strong argument. However, if an argument sounds suspicious, imprecise, or poorly supported, then you'll need to figure out why and identify it. This is the role of the critical thinker both during debates and everyday life. Critical thinkers need to be on the lookout for the following errors made in arguments. These are formal logical fallacies, such as poorly constructed arguments, informal logical fallacies, such as appeals to emotion or appeals to authority, and also leaps in logic which don't follow from one to another. Critical thinking is a valuable skill in any walk of life and is highly valued by employers. This is because critical thinking skills demonstrate that individuals are committed to looking at situations logically, carefully interpreting evidence, and following arguments to the most well-informed conclusion. This is useful in numerous careers and positions. Essentially, any job that is evidence-based will make good use of critical thinking skills. Therefore, it's in your employer's best interest to ensure that candidates are capable of thinking critically. So what is the critical thinking test? The critical thinking test is used by employers to assess candidates' critical thinking skills. Here are the skills that the critical thinking test evaluates: the ability to make accurate inferences, the ability to identify assumptions, the ability to make deductions, and the ability to interpret and evaluate arguments. The critical thinking test is usually taken on a computer during the testing stage of an application process. This means it usually comes before the video or phone interview stage of the application process. However, you might still find that you'll have to sit the test at an assessment centre. Make sure you prepare for both. So, what type of questions are there? In total, there are 5 different kinds of question in the critical thinking test. These are assumptions, inferences, interpretations, deductions, and the evaluation of arguments. We'll take a closer look at each of these question types in the next video. In the upcoming videos, we'll be discussing the following: the types of question in the critical thinking test, with sample questions, answers to the sample questions from the previous video, and general tips for passing the critical thinking test. Please click the like button if you've enjoyed watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get alerted when I've created a new video. Also, if you would like free access to our critical thinking online test questions, click the link below right now and you can get practicing. Thanks for watching.